Hi viewers, welcome to my channel. So today we are going to discuss a good topic. This topic is we consider it as a basics, and these are the topics are very important. So you observe these topics are very important, and always we say these are the basics. We have to focus on these topics. So what topics we are going to discuss? You can observe these topics. First one is the scheme of taxation. The next one, basic concepts of income tax. In the basic concepts of income tax, the following are the important basic concepts. That is person, assessee, assessment year, previous year. Okay. Before we are going to discuss these basic concepts of income tax, first of all, we need to see once the scheme of taxation. Already you know that we discussed in the previous class regarding the scheme of taxation and overview also. Just once we check it, an individual or a person whose total income of a previous year, that is the financial, is more than maximum amount which is chargeable to income tax in the assessment year at the slab rates which is prescribed by the Finance Act. For that assessment year, on his total income will be determined on the basis of his residential status in India. We discussed in the previous classes. Okay, here while we are calculating income tax, the previous year income will be considered for the assessment year, present assessment year. What total of income he earned in the previous year will be considered on the basis of his residential status as well as on the basis of the slab rates which is fixed by the Finance Act every year. Okay, this is about the scheme of taxation. It means every person who is liable to pay the tax if the total income is exceeds from maximum of certain exemption limit. Okay, this is about the scheme of taxation. The next here, the basic concepts of income tax are here as per the Income Tax Act 1961. These four things are divided, and these four things are very much important. They are person under section 2 subsection 31, assessee section 2 subsection 7, assessment year section 2 subsection 9, previous year section 3. So we can see the first one, that is person under section 2 subsection 31. The term person have 7 types. Okay, again these person is divided into 7 types. What are they? The first one, an individual, Hindu undivided family, a firm, a company, association of person, or body of individual and body of individual. Okay, you can take anything, association of person or body of individual. Why? Because I written these two person, that is AOP and BOP side by side. This is very much important. So the next one is a local authority, artificial judicial persons. These are the 7 persons which comes under section 2, the subsection of 31. So the first one is individual. What is individual? You observe, individual includes human beings or a natural person created by God, which includes a male, female, minor, child, and a lunatic or idiot, charitable trust, sole proprietorship, business, are being assessed as individual. Okay, you observe these individual natural persons. Natural person means like me and you, okay, who are created by God. And here, male and female, both the persons includes, that is male and female, and minor child or lunatic person also. Minor child in the sense whose age is below 18 years. Lunatic person, they are mentally ill. An idiot, charitable trust, sole proprietorship, business are being assessed as individual. You observe carefully, these are the different persons that belongs to individual. The next here, you observe next one, Hindu undivided family. Hindu undivided family is treated as a separate entity for the tax purpose of assessment
under the Income Tax Act, the head of the Hindu undivided family is known as Karta. The boss of that family is known as Karta. Hindu undivided family is not arises from a contract, but it is a creation of law. After the marriage, as soon as a child is born, Hindu undivided family comes into the existence. It consists of father, son, daughter. Wife is not a part of Hindu undivided family. Hindu undivided family includes a Jain family and a Sikh family. Okay, this is about Hindu undivided family. These Hindu undivided family is treated as separate entity. What is the meaning of entity? You know. Okay, you can check entity in the sense here. It's a while we are doing business. Okay, in the business entity concept in accounts, we are going to deal that one. Entity means here the personal accounts of a person or the personal accounts of a business are separate. When we clash together and there is a confusion will be starts and the chances are there to mix all the accounts as well as at the time of payment of any amount to the different person liabilities I think. Okay, liabilities example, then here what they will mix up will be there, then there's a chance of misguiding us, and we also not in a position to separate which liability belongs to what, which liability belongs to which. Okay, so let me leave it that. Then here the purpose of an assessment under the Income Tax Act, the head of the Hindu and family is Karta. Who is the boss? For him we are going to call Karta because he is eligible to pay the income tax. The individually all the when the Karta pays the income tax, the family members they are not eligible to pay the income tax. Okay, then here Hindu undivided family is not arises from a contract, but it is a creation of law. There is no contract between the family members; they are created by law only. Okay, that is the creation of law. After marriage, as soon as a child is born, Hindu undivided family comes into existence. It consists of father, son, daughter. Okay, wife is not a part of Hindu undivided family. Hindu undivided family includes a Jain family and a Sikh family. Okay, this is about Hindu undivided family. Then firm. What is firm? Firm is also important. Firm means a partnership of two or more persons carrying a business or profession should registered under Indian Partnership Act 1932 and include a limited liability partnership. Here, two or more persons, when they join together to do a business or a profession, but here they should registered under Indian Partnership Act 1932. For them, we are going to call that firm. Okay, includes a limited liability partnership here. Then here income tax shall not be payable by the partners in respect of receipt of share of income by him from partnership firm which is taxed already been paid by the such partnership firm under the provision of section 10 subsection 2a. Okay, according to this section the partnership firm will pay the income tax, but sometimes what happens if they got good profit, the shares will be divided in between these partners. Then here they are not individually, they are not eligible to pay the tax. Okay, here the partnership firm itself it will pay the tax, but these persons they individually they will not pay because the provision of section 10 subsection 2a says, okay, already it is paid by the partnership firm. Okay, then no need to pay by the individual partners. The next company, Indian company, section 2 subsection 26. What are the Indian companies here? So you observe Indian company means a company formed and registered or it is incorporated under the Companies Act of 1956 or 2013 and it is divided into two. Okay, you observe this act also 1956 and 2013 latest act this is. Okay, according to these acts the company which is incorporated then they are called companies, and these companies are divided into domestic company and foreign company. What is domestic company? We are going to see now. Domestic company, section 2, subsection 26. A company income liable to tax under the Income Tax Act 1961 has made the prescribed arrangements for the declaration and payment is made within India of the dividends on preferential shares payable and the income earned within India only. It is divided into two again. You observe carefully the company which is started and which is operated all its operations in India or within India. That company we are going to call as domestic company. Domestic word itself says that belongs to our the native of India or indigenous company that is a native of our India. Again, this domestic company is divided into two, that is widely held company, closely held company. Widely held company means here the public they are substantially interest. Substantial interest means the company is a widely it is diversified as well as most of the public in more number they will substantially they show interest, that is called widely held company. Closely held company means here companies in which public are substantially not interested. Okay, very less people they show interest, they are not showing interest on this company. That company is called closely held company. This is about domestic company types and domestic company. Then it's foreign company. Foreign company means here under section 2 subsection 23a, a company that is not a domestic company is a foreign company, and that company which is not registered under Indian Companies Act, okay, and the 56 or 2013. And the company which is not operating in India, that company which is operating outside India. Okay, then and here the permission also not required for these type of companies from our country, that is from our India. This is foreign company. Okay, then the important topic, the next one is here. You observe carefully, this is in very much important. Association of persons or a body of individual. AOP means two or more persons who join together for a common purpose with the object to earning profit. It is a type of joint venture which is not arises by creating a contract. When two or more persons jointly carry a business without forming a partnership, they are called association of persons. Okay, here two persons or three person they join together for a common purpose, that is earning of profit. That is their objective. Okay, it is a type of joint venture which is not arises by creating a contract. When two or more persons jointly carry a business without forming a partnership, they are called association of person. In this, what includes we will discuss. So after completion of this body of individual, I will give us clarity regarding AOP and BOP. BOP means here it is a group of person whose member is only individual here. See, I am using the word only individual and carries some activity with the object of earning profit. Entities like partnership firm company cannot become the member of BOP because in partnership firm or company the partners will be there, but in BOI there is no partners. So here small note is given here. Income tax shall not be payable by an assessee in respect of the receipt of shares of income by him from AOP or BOI and on which the tax has already been paid by AOP or BOI. Okay, you observe carefully. See AOP and BOP here in association of person, Mr. A is an individual, Mr. A and company is a firm, A limited company, then Mr. A individual. The next one, any person is a member of AOP. Here we are using the word limited, and sometimes here what happens, they are joined together with the common purpose of, okay, joined together means they are the partners here in association of person. The name itself says association. Association means, okay, what is association? It's a link between the two persons or more number. Here body of individual name itself says Mr. A, Mr. A is an individual, Mr. B is an individual, Mr. D is an individual, Mr. X is an individual, Mr. Y is an individual. Okay, I'm using the word Mr. A, Mr. B, Mr. C, Mr. D, and so on. Here only individuals are there, but coming to AOP, Mr. A is individual, but also here what happens, another person will come and they will be called as the partners. Okay, then Mr. A and company, say I am using the word company. Company means in company, more number of peoples are there, and A limited company also, it is also type of one type of company. Okay, in association of person, more number of people will be doing the business with a common objective of earning profit. In body of individual also they are earning profit with, okay, for the sake of profit only they start the business. Okay, and here important note is given here, association of person, all together they will pay income tax. In body of individual also, body of individual itself they pay the income tax, not individually they are paying. Okay, individual they are joining together with a common purpose of earning profit. Okay, how far they are doing their activity in the same manner they will go for payment of income tax. Okay, I think you got the difference between association of person and body of individual. Okay, the next one, local authorities. In local authority, you observe carefully, local authority means the name itself says local. Okay, I am local, use the word I am local. Okay, local means you are belongs to this area, your surroundings or nearby 10 kilometers, within 10 kilometers. Okay, within 20 kilometers. Okay, in it includes panchayat, municipalities are local bodies, cantonment boards. Okay, the authorities legally entitled to or entrusted by government with control and management of a municipality or local fund. Okay, the control and management in the hands of municipality or a local authority. A local authority is taxable in respect of that part of its income which arises from any business carried on by it, in so far as that income does not arise from the supply of commodity or service within its jurisdictional area. However, income arising from the supply of water, electricity, even outside the local authority, okay, own jurisdiction areas. Okay, here what happens, sometimes the municipality will collect the municipal taxes. Okay, they comes under local authorities. Okay, based on these persons, we have a small question and answer also in the coming slide. You observe carefully, then you will get some clarity. So this is about local authority. In the local authority, the municipality or panchayat, they will collect the tax, and cantonment board also they will collect the tax. For example, tap bill, electricity bill, supply of water bill. Okay, these all comes under municipality or local authority. Okay, the next one is artificial judicial person. It covers every artificial judicial person not falling under the above heads. Okay, not falling under above heads means here this above six heads are there. What are they? We have seen already. Under that heads, the head which is not comes under, that should becomes in artificial judicial person. It includes those entities which are not natural person, but they are separate entities in the eyes of law. Okay, like god, idols, deities are assessed. Then here few examples also I have given, that is statutory corporation, Kakatiya University, Reserve Bank of India, UGC, CBSC, ICAI, UPSC, Bar Council, etc. All these examples which I have given, they never comes and not comes under the above six heads. Then it should fall under the artificial judicial person. Okay, this is about the person. You observe once again, the first one is, what is the first one? That is individual, Hindu undivided family, a firm, company, association of person, and body of individual, local authority, artificial judicial persons. Okay, the next one here, the another important areas, that is the Question and answer is important here, and I have framed the few example questions. You can determine the status of the following. Okay, based on these question you will get a good idea regarding these 7 persons. See, you observe the first question. Mr. Hari, a lecturer in Kakatiya University. Mr. Hari is a person, is a lecturer in Kakatiya University. Okay, he is an individual. The next one, Kakatiya University. Based on the above conditions, it belongs to artificial judicial person. Sri Ramesh is a director in ECL. Again, he is an individual. Electronic Corporation of India Limited, a company. Okay, Mr. Ravi, sole proprietor of business and individual. Warangal Municipal Corporation, a local authority. You observe these 6 questions carefully, then you will get a good idea regarding a person, regarding that 7 personalities. Okay, the next one, Kakatiya Urban Development Authority, artificial judicial person. Life Insurance Corporation of India, a company. Someshwari Ladies Association, an association of person. Cooperative Society, an association of person. Ram and Company, a firm. Joint family of Sri Narayana, his wife, children, and parents. Hindu undivided family. Krishna and Kishore, who are legal heirs of Krishna Rao, Hindu undivided family. You observe they belongs to only one family. Okay, that's why they comes under Hindu undivided family. Then Bank of Baroda, a company. The next, Mr. Shiva, a lecturer in college, an individual. Central University, artificial judicial person. Ramesh Charitable Trust Association of Person, ABC Company Limited, this company, a joint family of Mr. and Mr. Arvind and their son Kapil and Nikhil, Hindu undivided family. Hyderabad Urban Development Authority, artificial judicial person. Mahalakshmi Printers, that is a company. Okay, these are the 21 example questions I have given to understand the person or the about this 7 person. So I think you got. So please subscribe to my channel. Those who are not subscribed till now, my channel name is Fine Telangana. So every day I will try to give a video lecture. It will benefit to you. So thank you very much for today. Then tomorrow we are going to come with a good topic. Okay, thank you very much.